Hello fellow readers, my name is Sugar and welcome to my second TBR versus wrap-up video. So, I wanted to read 7 books in April and I forgot that I'm on a trip for 10 days in April and that trip was really tiring, so I didn't have time to read at all. I would start reading in a bus and after 2 sentences I would fall asleep. So I read 4 books in April and they are not all from my TBR. So on my TBR was The Shining, which I still can't find. So I will finish it when I find it. The second one was Siege and Storm. Haven't read it. I'm on a good way to read it. Third one was Ruin and Rising, also by Leigh Bardugo. Haven't started it yet. Fourth one was Forum Feminism, and it is at my friend's, so here is the picture. Fifth one was Najnormalniji čovjek na svetu by Ivan Tolkien, which you could translate as the most normal man in the world. Not sure if it is translated to English, but I hope it is. Fifth one was Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And the seventh was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And what I read 2 books from my TBR and 2 books that were not on my TBR. First book I read is Forum Feminism. It is an amazing book. It is like a guide to feminism for children in primary and high school. It is about a girl who is writing a blog about feminism and she's asking these simple questions and shows how simple it is to explain what feminism really is. I hope they will translate this to English. I rated it 5 stars. The second book I read was also on my TBR and it is Najnormalniji čovjek na svetu. I rated it also with 5 stars. It was different. I read the latest book from this author. It's called Pas, which means dog. It was like chill and easy, a little bit funny, a little bit sad. This one is abstract, it is deep, it gives you great picture of a main character and it gives you great picture of his mental state. It was so different than anything I've ever read, so it deserves 5 stars. Third one was A Man Called Uwe, or En man som heter Uwe. I don't have it in physical copy. I was reading it on a Bookmate app and I'm going to talk about this app in a video which I don't know when will be published. So I watched the movie first. I don't have a problem with watching the movie first. This book is so hyped here since 2015 and I wasn't sure if it is for me. So I watched the movie first and the movie convinced me to read the book. The book is really great. It shows us why this man is so grumpy and why he's so introverted, and it shows him that he can love again, that it doesn't need to be romantic love for him to feel fulfilled. It was really amazing story, and the most important thing is that this book made me love the movie even more. So it wasn't the best read of my life, but it was really good and I really enjoyed it and I rated it 4 stars. And the last book I read this month also wasn't on my TBR. I didn't even know that I'm going to read it or have it. You've seen it in my previous video, my book haul, and This is Dali by Catherine Ingram and illustrated by Andrew Ray. And I bought it in my favorite place in the world, Salvador Dali Museum in Figueres in Spain. It is amazing. This is the book which taught me more about Dali after years and years of reading the same things about him. The illustrations are amazing. You have things about Dali's life in form of comic books, in form of just drawings. You have cool details from his life. You have detailed analysis of his work. And I really, really, really like this book. As I said in my book haul, I discovered that Catherine Ingram has more books about more artists, and I kinda ordered one about Van Gogh already. Did I say that I rated this 5 stars? Do I need to say it? And yeah, that's all. Out of 7 books, I read 4 books. Out of those 7 books from my TBR, 2 books I've read, and I'm in the middle of 2. So, what am I going to read in May, and am I going to stick to this decision? I didn't want to be too hard on myself. I kind of want to finish Gemina and Ruin and Rising. No, not Ruin and Rising. Gemina and Siege and Storm. But I don't want to put them on my TBR. I already put them twice. So if I read it, great. If I don't, doesn't matter. I put 3 books on my TBR. The first one is Trigger Warning by Neil Gaiman. And I want to read this book because it's book of the month in a Goodreads group, so I want to chat about the book with other people in the group. Second book, I don't have any of these books here, by the way. Second book is in Serbian called Psihijatri, psiholozi I drugi bolesnici. It's by Rodrigo Muñoz Avia. I tried to find English translation and I couldn't find it even on Goodreads, so I guess it's not translated to English. This is, I guess, Muñoz Avia is like Spanish or Mexican author, I'm not sure. So this could be translated as psychiatrists, psychologists and other sick people. I never wanted to read this book. It has cat on the cover and it didn't draw me to read it. But it is a book of a month for No Spoilers Book Club, which I am part of. It's a first book and I thought it would suck if I skip the first one. And people told me that it is really easy to read and that it's pretty funny, so we'll see. And the third one will be finally Instagram choice. I will probably put 2 contemporaries for you to pick. I'm thinking about Mural and Dying Girl and 13 Reasons Why. I'm not sure, but it will probably be those 2. So that would be all for today's video. This plus 2 books were my TBR. This plus 2 books is my wrap-up. I hope that I will read at least these 3 books that I put on my TBR. And if I finish the 2 I started, it would be awesome. That is basically it. Until the next time, which will be really, really soon. Do widzenia!